Alright, so we'll be starting with dynamic programming speed and sort of. I have started this topic yesterday, so we'll be doing this. I mean, let's see, as quickly as possible is my understanding for it, but we'll see how the time goes like. So, yeah. Alright, so we are live. Let's check. Yep. Okay, so let's get started with this question. How's Robert? So what is this question saying? The question says that so the question I did yesterday, so I wasn't able to do it. So basically what the question is saying that you are a house robber, and your basic thing is you can rob houses but not the adjacent ones. I mean, yeah. So for example, you have the array for you wherein you have the houses like 1 2 3 1. So what this denotes is 1 2 3 1. What this is denoting is basically the money inside the house. Houses can be termed as like indexes, so 0 1 2 3. In the 0th house you have 1 money, in first house you have 2 units of money, 3 and 1, that way, right? So the thing now is that what you have to figure out is how you can actually make the most out of the house robbing. If you can rob one, you cannot rob two. I mean, if you want, you could rob one and then you could rob this one as well if it gives you a better sum. So for example, I could rob house 1, let's start from there, and then I could rob, then I can't rob this, so I can rob this. It's a good number if I compare it with the one next to it. Then I'll rob 0 1 2, second house, 0th house and second house. I'll get 4. Now the thing is, like, for example, if here it would have been 1 in place of 3 and here it would have been 6, I would have said, let's do one thing, let's rob the last house to make it 7, right? So the thing is, I can't rob houses that are together, but I can rob anything else. So that is the catch of the question, wherein you have to figure out that how the houses are gonna get robbed. Now the thing is, the thing that's confusing me, that basically is, yeah, that I'm confused wherein how do we implement DP in it? Like, for example, DP is basically like storing the values, right? So, what do I have to store in order to, apply DP right here? Like, that is something that was confusing me. For example, it's like if I just, like, for example, remove this code that I wrote yesterday, yeah, and then I'm like, all right, a solution is gonna be like the DP one, yeah, yeah, like this test case. That's what I talked about. 2 plus 2, 4. That makes the, like, yeah, house. uh, like, if you rob 2, you can't rob this, but then people would think, let's rob this, but this 2 would give a better outcome, it would give 4. So the thing is, how do I implement DP into this question, wherein I'm like, you know we have to rob houses, and we also have to see, like, which house is going to give us the maximum output except the adjacent one. So how do I implement DB wherein I'm actually storing values? That is something that I have to figure out, I would say. That's the whole question. As the question's easy, yeah. The question basically is like, uh, maximum sum out of the array, not adjacent ones. So let's see. Alright, let's try to build the solution using, like, brute force if possible. Like, if you see the constraints, I guess. So Alright, so the solution they have taken is like, if I have this array and then I'm like, do one thing. If I take the array as per se into the consideration, wherein I'm like, let's put you into the formula wherein I rob current or I skip current. Yeah. So then it would be like 1, 2, 3, and 1. If I rob current, I would be having 1. If I skip current, yeah. Wait. 1 plus f 3 comma 1. If I skip current, then it would be just ahead, 2, 3, 1. So if I now rob current, like it would be 3 plus f, base case would get hit, base case, yeah. And if we skip, it would be nothing but f1, right? Yeah. Okay. Now for f1, if we take it, base case, not possible. If we skip 1, alright, this approach like seems very well constructed. I didn't even think in the recursion side. So basically what's happening is that um, let's do this nums dot length, and then I'm saying that hey, listen, just return the helper function wherein you're going to pass nums and you're going to pass 0. Now you're going to have int helper wherein you're going to have int nums and you're going to have int index, right? And then you're going to have a base case that if let's leave it. If index equals nums dot length, then return 0, I guess, because we'll have to return something. Yeah. Or greater than equal to. Yep. Else what we're gonna do is we're gonna be like int rob current, wherein we'll be like helper in this. I'm gonna pass nums and I'm gonna pass index plus 2, but also if I'm robbing the current, I'll make sure to consider this, yeah, because I'm taking the current index as well. Else I'll be like skip current, I'll be like helper nums just plus 1, and I'll return math dot max of rob current comma skip current. I hope this works. Alright, this was valid. Now the thing is, I'm on my like same doubt, wherein I'm like, uh, you know, what do I store inside of the DP array? Like what? You know, like what could get stored into the DP array, wherein I'm like, alright, if I want to see this result again, I'll just use that DP array. What that could be? Even after those hints, I couldn't understand what it means. Like what it wants you to do. See, I guess DPI should represent um, max number of sum of money till that ith index. See, I'm confused because it's like I know I have to skip or consider the house. If I consider the house, then or I rob the house, then I'll have to rob I plus 2 house, or I'll have to consider the I plus 2 house whether to rob it or skip it. The thing is that what the hell should I store? Can't understand this. Cannot understand this step. Understood. Understood. What's this? If I rob house 2, I add nums 2, very valid, at I2. I must combine it with DP0. Why? I mean, okay. I take DP1. Why is that if I rob house at I equals 2, I have to add DP0, and if I don't rob I equals 2 house, then I add DP1. Nums 2, best solution from house 0 to 0. What is the best solution from 0 to 0? That is exactly dp0. We do not rob house 3. Um, Alright, so we are building the arrangement of, that is what we would call it. Mhm. Okay. Alright, so let's try to build the answer then with the understanding that I have. So, I mean, how do we start? That is the thing. That is the thing. How do we start? I can just say, let's create the DP array if nothing else is getting clicked. Num0 and nums1. All right. Now is the thing. Like, how do I inculcate that logic? For loop? Um, what's next? I don't think I have to have a for loop, I would say. I feel like it's gonna be like function calls only, you know, like just function calls. How do we write DP code? Yep. I mean. Yeah. db1 math.max num0 nums1 nums0 and nums1, but then I'm like, all right, like what could be the db of n gonna be, which is like either it would be db of, if I just pick it, then nums n plus either it could be like dp of nums n plus dp of if I like pick it, then -2, and if I don't pick it, then it could be either this, or it could be so here it would be dp if I don't pick it, then if I'm at index 3 and I don't pick it, then the previous best. Yeah. obviously. I guess it's gonna be the previous best. Like as far as I could understand. Because I'm like saying, I didn't pick it. I didn't pick 3, so uh, the best would be what's like before it, right? No. Nums n plus dp of n minus 2, or it would be dp of n minus 1. Yeah. Yep. And then we would be returning so what are we gonna return? That is the thing. Like we're manipulating the, like we are like storing into the dp array, so that would be like created here. Yeah. And then what are we doing is, wait, is the font small or something? 150. Nope. We are like making dp array, and then we are like arrays dot fill dp with -1. No, but I could wait. I did pass dp here, but the thing was that I'll have to pass nums and dp both. Instead, this I could do this, and then I could pass int dp like right here. So this could then be like base cases, and then I could just have my dpn right here, and then what else? A for loop or something? Because this dp function is now at the moment giving me like the, yeah, I mean the available ones. So here I guess I could have a for loop, I don't know, wherein I'm gonna be like, let's do one thing. Let's just be like, we can have like int answer right here, and then I can be like answer equals to math dot max, answer equals math dot max, and like I would be needing out the maximum out of, not maximum I mean it could be like simply like uh, dp I comma nums and dp. What's this gonna do? But how do I make sure that it's recursive, like the values of dp are getting stored? How do I do that? Oof, 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 oof. How do we do that? How do we make sure that I am actually I hate this table. Okay, how do I make sure that I'm actually like I'm able to update the dp, like in that sense? What if let's just like um I don't want to deal with all these issues. Sorry. It's very wrong, but guide me only hints. Oh, why am I doing this? Why am I mixing concepts? Why is that happening? First major issue, I'm mixing two things. dp values 1 by 1 in a loop, or I'm trying to compute dp and using recursion. See, the thing is, if I'm trying to do it 1 by 1, I'm failing at it miserably. If I'm trying to do it using recursion, I'm also not having any clue what am I doing. So yeah, that's what that is, I guess. I mean, I could pass like a dp function wherein I would be like, n minus 2 because I considered, so that could be the index, nums and dp. Else I could be like dp n minus 1 nums dp. I mean, obviously, yeah. Yeah, I should only need the answer for that index. But then what should I return? For every index, that's Like, what should I return? Like, actually, like answer equals, answer equals dp 0 num. Oh, okay, understood, understood. How minus 1? How does it make it minus 1? Like, okay, I'll have to do this. I'll have to. Ooh, it works. Wow. Wow, it works. I still don't know how, but okay. I mean, if it does, then it does. Now, the thing is, we'll have to understand how it works. In the end, I hope it's you and me. Like, what made it work this well? So we created DP array. We were like, let's fill this with like -1, and then we were like, let's put DP on like n-1. n-1, that was, if the array was of like length 4, then it was like 3. So we were like, let's take that element. So we took 1, and then we were like, let's put DP on your predecessor. n-2, that was 1. And then we were like, alright, let's skip it, let's not pick it. Alright, so I guess, yeah. So DP is like basically a few base cases with a case of if not in DP, if in DP, and then a case of if not in DP. Alright, we'll try to put that into the execution next time. In the end, I hope it's you. Frog jump. Is this question gonna be like climbing stairs, the one I did at the moment, or what else? What's a junior? A frog is crossing a river. The river is divided into some number of units, and at each unit there may or may not exist a stone. Alright. The frog can jump on a stone, yeah, but it must not jump into the water. Okay. Given a list of stones positions in units in sorted ascending order, determine if the frog can cross the river by landing on the last stone. Initially, the frog is on the first stone and assumes the first jump must be 1 unit. Okay. If the frog's last jump was k units, its next jump must be either k minus 1, k, or k plus 1 units. The frog can only jump to the forward. Okay. Either a step back, not a step back, but like if you if you like, if you had jumped 2 units, you could jump 1, you could jump 3, or you could jump 2. All right, I understood. I understood. I guess I understood. I don't know if I understood, but I am guessing if I understood in terms of, like, for example, I could be like, all right, a DP for like first jump, a DP for like second jump, a DP for like third jump. Not a DP, but a call. And what would the DP be storing? And the DP array, that's gonna store. Uh, oh, what's the DP array gonna store? Because at this point, I'm just traversing. Like, yeah. A frog is crossing a river. The river is divided into some number of units, and at each unit there may or may not exist a stone. The frog can jump on a stone, but it must not jump into the river, obviously. Given a list of stone positions in units in sorted ascending order, determine if the frog can cross the river by landing on the last stone. Determine if the determine if the frog can cross the river by landing on the last stone. Initially, the frog is on the first stone and assumes that the first jump must be 1 unit. Alright, so the frog is on like the first stone. They're gonna be all 0. Alright. It's on the first stone. So like for example, first jump is 1 unit. Other could be either 0 unit, or could be 1 unit, or could be 2 unit, or the same unit, or could be plus 1 unit. So here it could be 2, here it could be 1, here it could be 0. The frog can jumping 1 unit to the second stone. 0, 1 unit to the second stone. So frogs. So the last jump. So the first jump is like of 1 unit. Took 1 step. So now the last jump was k units. Next jump could be either 0, 1, or 2. How could I go here? Wait. Frog jump question. If first jump is said to be 1 unit, then now it's on first stone index wise. Previous jump becomes k units, then I could say that next jump would be of 0, 1, 2 units. Oh, 1 plus 2, 3. How could I be so dumb? How could I be so dumb? 1 unit to the second stone. Yes. And 2 units to the third stone. Right. I mean, makes sense. Yeah. What else? How do I solve it? एक दो थ्री 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah. All right, all right. I don't have anything in my head at the moment. Yeah, I don't. So let's start with what we do in DP. I'll have to again look up why do we make it like n plus 1. I forgot. Int DP arrays dot fill DP with -1. I filled the DP array. What's next? Uh, I don't like these questions. I mean, I understood what I have to do. I mean, it's very clear to me. Like, I have to be like, manipulating it, right? Like, I'll have to just manipulate this in terms of, yeah, like if you're taking a step, if you're taking a step back, if you're taking a step ahead. What should be done? What should be done? Made the DP array, filled the DP array. Let's create the DP helper function. Wherein I'm like int DP. I don't know what int. I don't know. Boolean. Boolean DP. That would be giving us I don't know int stones int stones and I feel very sleepy for some reason. And int what else? Index. Yeah. If index equals stones dot length, return turn true. I mean, how do I inculcate DP right here? Like, how? What do I store inside the DP? That is the doubt. That is the doubt. At any moment, the frog's next jump depends on which stone it is currently on. Wait, let me check. Like, if this problem, like 1 DP, 2 DP, what else? What is this problem? He hasn't included frog jump. Alright, I'm getting very sleepy with this question. If I only store DPI, can I reach stone I? Is that enough? No. So what must DP store? What must TP store? If a frog is like jumping k, k minus 1, k plus 2, or k plus 1. Oh. Option 1, like 2D boolean array. Yeah, so it's not a simple to the point DP type of question, so I won't do it at the moment. House robber is like, I did that question though. Alright, so let's change the question, I would say. Yeah. Um, what else could we be doing? That is the thing. What question? Or let's not do another question, but let's. Uh, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? 1D DP, how is this question in like 1D DP? How? Frog jump. Or is it like a different sort of question? Maybe I'm doing it the wrong question. Frog jump, GFG, I guess. Oh, okay. So I'm given int height, where height represents the height of the ith stair. A frog starts from the first stair and wants to reach the last stair. From any stair I, the frog has two options. It can either jump to the ith stair or to the or the 2th stair. The cost of a jump is the absolute difference in height between two stairs. Okay. Wait. Given an integer array height, where height represents the height of the ith stair, a frog starts from the first stair and wants to reach the last stair. Cool. Uh, from any stair I, the frog has two options. It can either jump to the ith I plus 1th stair or the plus 2 stair. The cost of a jump is absolute difference between the height of the two stairs. Determine the minimum total cost. Alright, so if it's like at 20, you can either jump from 30 to 40. The minimum cost to reach the last could be 10 and then 10. Stairs 0 to 1 and then 1 to 3, right? Alright, so I guess int dp new int n plus 1 int n equals height dot length arrays dot fill dp minus 1 int dp would take int dp and height and index. Now let's talk about the base cases. What would the DP be storing? What will the DP store in itself? Right? What's the DP gonna store in itself? What is the DP gonna store in itself? That is the question. That is the question. What's the DP gonna store in itself could be like, for example, if index equals this, return, I mean, yeah, I guess I'll have to return, but what? Haha, what do I have to return? The index. What was this in house robber? No, not this. Climbing, no, this only. Yeah. No, I guess it was like for the n only, I guess, yeah. So this won't be a case. If index would be greater than, if index would be greater than this, we can return 0 for that case. If n equals 1, we could return durn gist height 0. If n equals 2, then we could return math.min, not min, we have to be like absolute difference, math.absolute height 0, comma height 1, heigst height 1, height 0, height 1. All right. So if the answer is in dp, if dp has the answer, knowing that till that particular index, no, but I feel like that is the cause of confusion, right? As in, what am I considering? Because I mean, the thing is, what would like, for example, the dp then eventually would be storing either I plus 1, I and I plus 1 difference, and I and I plus 2 difference, right? If dp index is not equals to minus 1, return dp index, else dp, if you don't know what's the dp index, then it could be math, what was that, math.min, now see, this is the thing, how could I make it like recursive, like how do I make it recursive? Because I know what I have to do, that's the thing, I know what I have to do. All I have to do is, I have to be like just store, I mean, that is the point of confusion. How do I make it recursive then? Because then it's gonna stop and that's it. I'll have to traverse till the end. So it's like, if I consider, alright, so I can, I can do like, what could I do? Like, I could be like, I take the ith element, because in any case I'll have to consider the ith element. Alright, so I'll take the ith element, I'll take the ith element with calling dp passing index plus 1, or I could be like math dot absolute height I let's copy paste this. Plus 2. What is that space for? Okay. Yeah. I mean, if that makes sense. Because I'm like, see, take height 1 and then just call dp on like the index further. Yeah. Call dp on the index further, and when the dp would be called on the index further, what's gonna happen is it's gonna see that is the index greater than height. No, it's not. Is it like if like n is 1? Yeah, it is. Oh, that is no, the n is not gonna be. I mean, if not n, if index is 1, if index is 0, and if index is 1, yeah, it's gonna be like, oh, index 1, return height 0. Oh, you're gonna skip ahead and you're gonna be, I guess the approach is fine. In my understanding, I guess the approach is fine till the point where my head goes. I guess it's fine. I'll return dp for pass in dp, pass in height, pass in 0. Should be working, I guess. It should. Wait, what? Actual format and this different length. HEI, GHT, I'm just passing. Control A, Control C. Don't tell me anything from it. Control C21. Just help me understand the, what am I typing above, error, that to give me end in a sentence. One numeric argument. Oh, okay, understood, my bad. I misinterpreted it for something else. I'm sorry. Fine. What you cannot find? You cannot find dp? That's a function call. It requires int. Oh my goodness. My bad. And where did I use, why did I use it? Index. Index. Make it one compiler issue. Rule. No, I'm not. Math.min, math.absolute. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. Now. What is expected where? 28. Math.min, math.absolute, bracket starts, dp bracket starts, dp bracket in, absolute bracket in minimum, math.absolute bracket starts, dp bracket start, absolute bracket end, no, dp bracket end, then absolute bracket end, then random as bracket. And this is gonna be for, yep. Wrong answer. Your output, expected output. Alright. Any syntax errors now, like above, yes or no? What? Still? I mean, yeah, makes sense. Oh. Still wrong answer, fine. Oh. Oof, 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 oof. I mean, index plus 1. Now, where am I gonna go with the DP thing? Like, what's the DP gonna do? I'm gonna put like DP into it, I'm gonna put like height into it. What's the index gonna be? I took +2. No, it's gonna be +1. Not that absolute. Oh. +2 bracket plus index +2. So how is it still 10? I'm saying that for that particular index, give me math dot minimum and math dot absolute height index minus index +1, index +1. Add the next call for it, that is index +1. So it's the same. Or find out the minimum from height index +2 and then add TP index +2. This bracket is going for math.min. What's the bracket for absolute? Yeah. So what is the issue? What is the issue? And I don't know about this. I'm saying I have absolutely no idea about the thing, so ah ah mm, point is, I don't understand like the thing about going from forward direction, coming backward. Like, what's that all about? Like, why? Louder. I mean, if you're still watching and still here, like if it helps. Yeah. Uh, what else? What else? What else? What else? How do I improvise this? Still getting the wrong answer. Don't know what the forward and the backward direction means in this aspect. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. Don't know. I don't know. Um, See, the thing is, I need to return like till the n minus 1, so the thing is gonna be, let's have a dry run if it helps. If like the index is like greater than equal to height length, no it's not, let's return, let's not do it. Is the index 0? No it's not. Is the index 1? No it's not. If like, if I'm having it for dp, no I'm not having it for the dp. So I'm gonna be like, alright, let's do one thing, let's try to find out for the last index. Yeah, let's try to find out for the last index. If I'm gonna try to find out for the last index, I'm gonna be like, alright, let's do one thing. Let's be like, hey, index minus 1, cool. uh, 50 minus 20, that's 30, plus the dp of minus 1 minus 1. How about now? Cool, works. I guess that was the issue. Aha. Oof. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Why is it happening? Why is it happening? Give me only hints. Base case meaning you said dp index minimum cost with each index. So ask yourself if the frog starts at index 0. Is my base case like so wrong? Like the worst? If index becomes 0, I'll just have to return the height that is at 0. And if the index becomes 1, then I'll just be returning the minimum of, like if the dp is trying to find out for the index 1, right? So the difference would be, what's the like issue with the base case? If the frog starts at index 0, what is the cost to each index 0? Is it like height 0 or 0? Makes sense. I mean, yeah, makes sense. I feel that too. Yeah, again makes sense. And the recursion goes backward. Will the index ever become? No, it's not gonna become. Makes sense. Absolutely. I was so wrong. Hint 3, negative index safety. While computing, when computing index minus 2, when index is 1, separated but actually structurally the, so like basically the case has to be for like if index is less than 0, then return 0. I guess it makes sense as well. Yeah. Cool. Oops. Oh, it works. Nice. So I guess I understood a few things. Yeah. I guess I understood a few things wherein, I'm like, it makes sense to, and for these questions, to traverse from the end, and because I have to find out the minimum that's gonna take. So, yeah, that is that. Because basically what I'm doing is, that I'm saying that start from the end, compute the values. You don't know what is there at the end, but you know what's gonna be there before. So I guess it makes sense. I guess, yeah. And I'll stop the stream right now. I'll stream again. Yeah, I'll do that. But I'll stop the stream for the moment. We'll have lunch, then come back. So, yep. Next stream soon. Today only. Take care. Take care.